Tsutomu Miyazaki, known as the Otaku serial killer, targeted girls aged between 4 to 7 years old from 1988 to 1989. He would drive around Saitama and Tokyo prefectures and abduct the first suitable girl on sight by manipulating or forcing her into the vehicle. He would then take the victim to a secluded location and kill her by strangulation. As a signature, Miyazaki would make silent phone calls to his victims' families. The phones would ring for at least 20 minutes if they did not answer them. Some of the families received postcards with letters cut from magazines to form cryptic words related to the child's murder. After killing his victims, he engaged in acts of necrophilia with their corpses and on one occasion, cannibalized a body part. Miyazaki would keep his victims' clothing and body parts as trophies, which he hid in his closet. Miyazaki's first victim was a 4-year-old girl named Mari Kano. He abducted her in August 1988, took her to a secluded area, and murdered her. Her remains were discovered several days later. His next victim was a 5-year-old girl named Masami Yoshizawa, whom he abducted in October 1988. Miyazaki killed her and later sent her parents a postcard that contained a drawing he had made of her. In December 1988, Miyazaki killed a 4-year-old girl named Erika Namba. He abducted her from a park and later killed her, taking photos of her body. Miyazaki's fourth victim was a 7-year-old girl named Ayako Nomoto. He abducted her in July 1989, killed her, and later sent her father a postcard containing a confession and a photo of her body. There were some reports that Tsutomu Miyazaki's hands were deformed, which led to rumors that he may have had a genetic disorder or birth defect that contributed to his violent behavior. However, there is no conclusive evidence to support this theory. Some reports suggest that Miyazaki's hands were smaller than average and had an unusual shape, with his fingers being short and his palms being wider than usual. However, other reports suggest that his hands were normal in appearance. Regardless of the shape of his hands, it is clear that Miyazaki's actions were the result of a disturbed and violent mindset, rather than any physical abnormality. His crimes were heinous and brutal, and he was held accountable for his actions through the Japanese justice system. He was arrested in 1989. During his trial, Miyazaki admitted to killing 4 girls. He was found guilty of his crimes and sentenced to death. Miyazaki was executed by hanging on June 17, 2008. Miyazaki's crimes shocked Japan and led to a nationwide debate about the influence of violent media on young people. Miyazaki was known to be a fan of horror films and anime, which many people believed had played a role in his violent behavior.